Familiarizing with the ITTOs of every process lays a foundation to not only understanding how a particular process is developed and serves its purpose, but also may help you answer one or two questions of the exam where you may be asked to identify a particular set of documents required for a particular process. Yes, you may be getting a question or two where you will be asked to identify the right combinations of inputs, tools and techniques or outputs to a certain process of the process map. So let's discuss each and every inputs, tools and techniques and outputs to the process of collecting requirements. As part of inputs for this process, we have the project charter. This project charter documents the high-level project description and high-level requirements that will be used to develop a detailed requirements or set of requirements. Then we have the project management plan. Components of project management plan would include scope management plan. The scope management plan contains information on how the project scope will be defined and developed. It also has a requirements management plan, which apparently has an information on how project requirements will be collected, analyzed, and documented. Stakeholders engagement plan, another component. The stakeholders engagement plan is used to understand stakeholder communication requirements and the level of stakeholder engagement in order to assess and adapt to the level of stakeholders' participation in requirements activities. Then we have the project documents. Examples of project documents that can be considered as inputs for this process would include assumption log. The assumption log identifies assumptions about the product, project, environment, stakeholders, and other factors that can influence requirements. It also has a lessons learned register. The lessons learned register is used to provide information on effective requirements collection techniques, especially for projects that are using an iterative or adaptive product development technology. Stakeholders register. The stakeholders register is used to identify stakeholders who can provide information on the requirements. It also captures requirements and expectations that stakeholders have for the project. Then we have the business documents. A business document that can influence the collect requirements process is the business case, which can describe required, desired, and optional criteria for meeting the business needs. Then we have the agreements. Agreements can contain project and product requirements. Enterprise environmental factors. The enterprise environmental factors that can influence the collect requirements process include organizational culture, infrastructure, personnel administration, and marketplace conditions. Then lastly, we have the organizational process assets. The organizational process assets that can influence the collect requirements process would include policies and procedures, historical information and lessons learned repository with information from previous projects. See you in the next lecture.